Welcome and thank you for joining us. My name's Glenn Walker, and today we're presenting Inline Communications, your local cloud communication provider. So let's get started. So first of all, who are we? So Inline Communications, like I said, we're your local telecommunications experts. We've been leading the GTA and telecommunications solutions since 1995. And we are experts at assisting companies like yours increase customer satisfaction and decrease costs by leveraging our decades of industry experience and latest VoIP communication technologies. You can see on the map, that's where we are. So, we're local to the GTA. And who have we already helped? Lots of different companies, courier companies, nonprofits, car dealerships, real estate companies, medical clinics, law firms, country clubs, etc. No matter the business, we've helped someone like you. And are they happy? Yes, we have lots of 5-star reviews. I believe we only have 5-star reviews. We're currently at 24, so type in Inline Communications into Google and go check it out for yourself. Don't forget to check out any competition, compare those 5-star reviews, because I guarantee you we beat all the competition when it comes to customer satisfaction. So Google Inline Communications and read for yourself some of our raving 5-star reviews. So now you're probably watching this webinar because you're not satisfied with your current telephone system, right? Your current business telephone system you got there at the office. So here's some common pains of your old phone system. Hopefully it's going to be your old phone system once you take a look at TelCloud. But, let me know, do any of these sound familiar maybe? Customers receiving busy signals when they call in because you don't have enough lines. Calls getting lost in voicemail because you don't 100% understand the call flow that you have in your phone system. So some things end up someplace you don't even know about. No reporting functionality. No ability to see, who called the business overall, that type of thing. No recording. No direct numbers to individual departments. These are all really powerful things that a lot of old systems do not have. How about remote workers can't connect to your phone system, right? You probably can't work from home using your phone system right now. You probably got some expensive phone lines and you're paying for your long distance currently. You probably don't have any collaboration tools that come with your phone system. For scaling up or down is probably, quite the endeavor with your current phone system. You probably don't have any backup or redundancy if you lose power or connection at your place of business. You probably don't have any self-serve access to programming changes, right? You probably got to make a service call, pay a couple $100 for that anytime you want something minor changed. And you probably aren't able to accept text messages with your current phone system. So basically all those points TelCloud solves. So stick around. Let's get into TelCloud now. So TelCloud is our flagship hosted VoIP solution. So TelCloud runs on many devices. You can see here your computer, your smartphone, or even a traditional desk phone. And hosted VoIP means it's in the cloud, meaning your phone system never goes down if you lose power or internet. So let's get into some more slides that are going to highlight some of the must-have features that you're going to get with TelCloud. So first and foremost, you're going to get that unlimited incoming and outgoing calls. So stop paying for those lines that you don't use. You don't got to worry about customers receiving busy signals anymore. You don't have to overpay for all those multiple lines and long distance calls you might make or receive, because TelCloud offers unlimited inbound and outbound calls. And with TelCloud, you're also going to get call queues, which can allow a limited amount of staff to answer many more calls than there are agents before you lose the customer or they go to voicemail or something like that. Now with TelCloud, you can also work from anywhere using our soft phone on either your smartphone or your laptop, computer, Mac, anything. It's very handy, so you don't need to purchase any phones if you don't want to. And because your phone system's in the cloud, you can work from anywhere in the world. So this is the web phone on the computer, make and receive calls. We have dynamic pop-ups. It's just like a phone, but on your computer. And we've got the same thing for your smartphone. You can change your greetings, your answering rules, make and receive calls, just as if you were in the office. No one's the wiser. They don't know you're picking up on a cell phone. They pressed your extension, they followed the, automated attendant, they reached you, and there you are. Now, besides the soft phones, one of the powerful features of TelCloud is that we only use open source VoIP phones. So you can use that with any provider. You can purchase it from any manufacturer you want. You can go to Amazon and buy these. You can purchase them through us, and we can offer you very good prices. But it's just, the freedom to not be locked into a proprietary system. We love that. And you can buy phones from, $80 all the way to really, really fancy ones that are about $500. And we like the brands, E-Link, Polycom, Grandstream. Those are kind of our go-tos. We really like E-Link. And, you can also integrate with Microsoft Teams and use your Teams client as a soft phone, which can be very powerful because a lot of people use Teams for their internal communication. But when they're getting a call from outside the company, they need to have a phone on their desk or something else. Well, you can just answer all those calls from within Teams, which is, very convenient. All right, we talked about this in our pain points, but you're going to love our effortless scaling. So stop trying to guess how many extensions and lines you'll need in the future, trying to guess how fast your business is going to grow or not grow. With TelCloud, you only pay for what you need, and you can expand at any time. You start with just a soft phone and expand all the way to hundreds of physical phones across multiple locations across the world in an instant, or as fast as you can, get access to a physical phone. Or if you use the soft phones, it is instantaneous. And new retail expansions or remote offices can easily be added to your existing TelCloud phone system. So really, really powerful stuff there. Let's get on to our next slide here. So your on-site admin will love our easy to use configuration portal. So like I was saying, a lot of times trying to make changes to your current phone system, you're going to need to make a service call. It's, strange old programs that you don't even know how to connect to the phone system. And even once you do, it's very archaic and you basically need a master's degree on this, software to figure out what to do. Not with TelCloud. Just look at this image. Look how simple this looks. Press, you're so used to hearing press 1 for customer service, press 2 for sales. And you just do that here. It's a graphic user interface. You'd press 1, you'd, choose that call queue. Very easy. And as you can see, we also have the menu prompt right there. And that lets you use text-to-speech to generate your greeting for your phone system, which is very, very handy and can keep things continuous if anyone ever leaves the company. You got your standard voice that is always going to be there for you. Now with TelCloud, you're also getting custom music on hold and messaging. We love this feature. A lot of our customers love this feature. So you can take advantage of custom hold music to match your company's brand or image. Like imagine you're a spa company, you can have very relaxing spa music. You're a truck company, you can have some country music, something like that. Just match the company's brand and image to your phone system. And the custom messaging you can use to play at set intervals while someone's on hold or they're in the queue, just reminding customers of the services you offer. Or maybe you have, a monthly special you'd like to remind people of, something like that. Or you could just use it to inform them of their place in line and how much longer they have to wait. So it's very flexible and, really adds that finishing touch to your phone system. Now, we also have call history. Oh, that got formatted a little weird. So with call history, you're going to be able to go back in time to get the reports on all your incoming and outgoing calls for the entire phone system, the entire company. You're going to be able to, listen to all the calls if you have recording enabled. You can filter calls from, obviously the dates, the extensions, departments. You can see here all the drop downs, the dialed number. Someone says, hey, I called and blah, 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 this happened. You can just look up the number that they called from and go find that call, give it a listen. Maybe someone, you can coach the agent, something like that. Very, very powerful. Now, we've mentioned this a little bit, but the multi-location benefits for TelCloud are very powerful because the phone system is in the cloud. There's really no outside the office. So everywhere is kind of inside the office, if that makes sense. So first, you're going to benefit from simplified billing, because although you might have multiple physical locations, as far as we're concerned, that's one location. You're just paying one bill. You're paying for one service, and that's that. You're also going to get more consistent customer service experience because it's going to be the same button options, the same call flow for all your locations. And in addition, if you have enough locations, you could even start to centralize departments that service multiple locations. So you could have one place of business that just does all the customer support calls. And then if they need to send the call out to one of the specific locations, they can just transfer that out, no problem. So you're also going to remove unnecessary duplicate services because you're just paying for the one for all your locations. It's going to simplify staff training because, everyone's using the same phone system. They're using it often. So, there's always people who understand how it works. And it's going to streamline the deployment process for new locations because there's no phone system you're setting up there. It's just call us. Hey, we got, new location. We need 3 phones. We program the phones for you, send them out, you plug them in, and you're ready to go. It's that easy. And as I mentioned, there's no hardware cost for the expansion because it's just the phones. You don't need to set up another service with the phone company. You don't need to set up another physical box to control all the phones there. It's just the phones or the web phone or soft phone if you'd like. And you're also going to be able to call other extensions internally using extensions, which is great, so no fees there. And the reports and statistics that we offer with TelCloud are going to be able to reveal insights into the calling patterns of your businesses, let you know which locations are more busy than other locations, maybe help you with staffing. Lots and lots of options there. So let's talk a little bit more about those reports and statistics because your business strategist, that might be you, will love our detailed reports and statistics because how can you make important business decisions without information, right? If you don't have the information, you can't make informed decisions. But with TelCloud, you have very detailed and granular reports. It provides transparency, peace of mind. You can see here's just a little snippet of a graph. We're looking at abandoned calls. These were calls that came into the system, but they were never answered. Maybe the caller hung up or someone couldn't answer the call in time, something like that. You can use this to investigate and maybe give those people a call back, something like that. But there are many, many options, many statistics, everything you can think of is there. But if you just want, something at a glance, we also have that. So here's a view of our monitor boards, and you can set this up for your business. So just at a glance, you can tell what your average hold time is, how many agents are available, how many agents are busy, that kind of thing. So just at a glance, you can take a look and see if everything's going good. Now, I did make mention of this earlier in the call history, but your managers are going to love call recording. So you're going to be able to protect your business by recording all calls for future transparency. Maybe there's a disagreement between the customer agreed for a service and now they're saying they didn't. Well, you can pull up the recording depending on, your country, that type of thing, and protect yourself. It's like a dash cam for your business, right? Think of it like that. And you're also going to be able to provide better customer experience by using examples of good and bad calls to train your employees. And as I showed in the call history, it's fully searchable, playable, and downloadable in your call history section. So you can save them to your computer, email them, anything you'd like. Now your employees will love the improved call center training with Monitor, Whisper, in Barge. So these are very powerful training features for agents in any call center or customer service environment. Monitor is going to let call center supervisors listen in on a live call, and maybe, they can do a review afterwards. Whisper is going to let the supervisor whisper into the agent's ear and coach them on a live call without the caller hearing them. And then Barge is if an agent needs to be rescued. It allows the call center supervisor who was monitoring to join the call and help the user and the agent at the same time, so both user and agent can hear them. Very powerful features. Now, your accounts payable will love our predictable cost of ownership, or the TCO, total cost of ownership. So in companies, when you're comparing different solutions, it all comes down to that total cost of ownership. Now, with your current solution or your legacy solution, it's probably comprised of, that initial hardware cost for the box, the server, the phones, all the licensing, and then you've got that ongoing out of support hardware replacement, when a phone goes down or maybe the box needs a repair. And then you have the ongoing software and firmware updates and upgrades. So all that together can be kind of costly, or it's hard to really pin down what the total cost is going to be. But when you choose our TelCloud VoIP-based solution, the only item on the TCO is the ongoing monthly investment. So that's just the initial setup fee, and then the ongoing monthly billing, which is fixed and predictable. So, your accounts payable is going to love that about TelCloud. And now it is 2024, and a lot of customers will prefer using SMS over talking on the phone. It's just how it is. So now your customers can contact you via text message. Agents in the queue on the web phone can see an incoming SMS message and can respond in real time. And it can be a one-to-one call or a one-to-many like SMS conversation. So it's very flexible there. And now I mentioned this a little earlier. So TelCloud does integrate with Microsoft Teams. So you can merge our phone system with Microsoft Teams. You can use your Teams app on your computer or smartphone to make and receive calls from outside your company. And when you go through TelCloud, you're going to benefit from our quick local support versus Microsoft's 2 to 3 day, whenever we get around to it kind of response time. And what it lets you do is you can take Teams off the computer screen and have the option to use a real physical desk phone without using one of those very expensive Teams proprietary phones. So basically, we can merge your internal Teams communication environment with your external phone system environment and just make it all one. And it's very handy and people love it. So that all sounds great, but what about training? How are you going to teach us how to use this? Well, Inline's going to provide initial training for all the admins, any inside trainers in the company, and the end users of the system. And so we're going to also provide you documentation with admin user guides, the end user guides, and mobile app user guides for those soft phones that we mentioned. And ongoing, Inline will provide remote training of administrators on any new features that come out with each new release. And we can do remote training of new employees every 6 months or, as per requested. So with all that, we think you'll love TelCloud. And just to kind of summarize why we know you'll love TelCloud, think of the cost savings, no long distance Canada and the US. You can use any VoIP phone or no phone with the soft phones. You get a free audit of all your telecom expenses. You get a low total cost of ownership with a predictable flat rate, no additional maintenance fees, no paying for unused phone lines, and no upfront capital expenditure. And now think of the efficiency. All your voicemails are going to get transcribed and emailed to you with TelCloud, which is an amazing time saver. You can get detailed automated reports emailed to you with exactly the fields you want. You're going to get those call queues that are going to let you efficiently handle a higher amount of call volume. You got the easy to use admin and user portal, which is going to save you a lot of time with making any changes on a day-to-day basis that you might want to make. You can make those changes quickly and easily. And don't forget about that text-to-speech that we have that can generate any of your voice prompts that you need, whether for your menus or your voicemail. Just as quick as you can type it, it can say it. And now think of the security and redundancy you'll get with TelCloud. So your phone system's located in our secure data center with multiple redundant hydro and internet hookups. So it's going to keep working even if you lose your local internet or hydro. You're still going to exist when people call your number. They're going to hear your menus. The calls are going to go to any voicemail, and you can use any soft phones you want on mobile data or something to continue to answer calls until your hydro or internet is restored at your place of business. And now you're also going to be protected behind the latest in firewall technology. You get daily backups, secure online portal, and in cloud managed by certified technicians. That's us. Now that all sounds good. Now what about the pricing? Don't worry, we're very competitive with pricing. Compare us to the competition. We are, right there. And on top of that, we've got amazing 5-star reviews. So don't forget to check out reviews if you're shopping around and comparing, because, best bang for the buck, definitely Inline. So, we have our starter here for $19.95 per endpoint or per extension. We have our advanced for $29.95. And we have our ultimate for $39.95. And now we really only do, there's a 3 extension minimum pretty much, So, make sure you have at least 3 people in your company. And we also offer add-ons with full CRM integration into all the major CRMs. It's very handy. Calls come in, you can see, who's calling you exactly, make notes, all sorts of great stuff. And you're going to want to call us soon, even call us today, because if you sign up within the next 5 days, you're going to receive Yeelink's flagship T44W VoIP phone for free. That's a $225 value. The W in T44W stands for Wi-Fi. So you're going to be able to use this over Wi-Fi. It's really cool. So give us a call today, 416-800-2691. Or, you can email us at sales@inlinecom.com. And this is just a quick little, Q&A FAQ of some of our, most commonly asked questions, just to set your mind at ease. So, can I keep my existing phone number? Absolutely. We're professionals at porting over phone numbers. The number will always remain yours, but we can port it over and get it going very easy. So how long will our phone lines be down during that migration period? They won't be down at all. Basically what happens is your old phones stop ringing, new phones start ringing, and that's that. Then you're all migrated over to the new system. Now, a lot of people want to know, can they reuse their existing phones? That depends on the phones. If you're using open source phones and you're not renting them, absolutely, you can use those with TelCloud. But if they are phones from a proprietary system, you probably won't be able to use those, unfortunately. So who will record all of my greetings? As I mentioned, we have a great text-to-speech engine, which can make all the greetings for you if you don't want to record them yourself. Or you can always, record them yourself and upload them to the system. But do I need special internet for VoIP? Absolutely not. Pretty much all the internet nowadays will work great for VoIP. You can just head over to fast.com, I believe, or any of the speed test websites and just double check that for yourself. Make sure you're not getting any crazy latency over, 1,000 milliseconds or something like that. And other than that, you are good to go. So how do I get started? Well, I'm glad you asked. You can call us at 416-800-2691. You can give us an email at sales@inlinecom.com, or you can visit us at inlinecom.com. And once you get to our website, we have many ways to contact us. Just press the Get a Quote button, press the Contact Us button, fill out the form, and we'll get back to you very, very soon, probably even the same day. So yeah, thank you guys so much. My name is Glenn from Inline, and we hope you enjoyed that presentation on TelCloud. Thank you. Bye-bye.